Hello, welcome to episode 6, I think, of Live and Let Live. It has been another minute since I posted, a little bit over a week, but it's finals. Okay, we are in the thick of it, ending this semester, and I don't know if you can see the lifelessness behind my eyes or if that's just an internal thing. I know you can definitely see it in the flatness of my hair. Trim is in the background, being ornery. But yeah, I am crawling towards the end of the semester. Last night, me and my group, who I've been working with the entire semester and pretty much having to put together an impossible assignment each week together, we realized that our final video for our campaign was due at 12:59 a.m. So it said due Monday. So we were like, okay, so we can polish it up Monday. No, that's Sunday night, Monday morning, 12:59. So we were up until the minute that we could turn it in, trying to make the videos that we had salvageable. But it did not work out. And thankfully, our professor said we could turn it in today. Hello, Prom. And so we're going to fix that today before 11:59 tonight. So that was just a whole lot of fun. I was so wired from that I could not sleep. So, yeah, that was just a really great night last night for sure. And I have a couple of finals tomorrow, final Thursday, some online ones. I am just so over it. I'm ready for this semester to be done and to have a break. Me and my boyfriend, we're planning to go with a couple of our friends and a couple of his family members to this Airbnb on New Year's Day. And it's on a really beautiful lake. It's obviously too cold to swim, but my boyfriend ice fishes, so he's gonna go ice fish. Me and another girl, um, the couple that we hang out with, we're gonna hang back at the Airbnb and like do whatever we want with like all the guys gone. So I think that's gonna be a really fun time. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'll have so much free time up there with no classes. So I don't have to feel guilty about not doing homework. Because let's be real, I wouldn't be doing homework. But I don't have to feel guilty about not doing homework. So that's gonna be a relief. Seriously, I'm so excited for that. Also, if anyone has any tips on how to get a passport quickly, we are going to Australia next October, and I don't have a passport, and we cannot book flights until I do have a passport. I'm not even sure if that's 100% the truth. That's what we were told, though. So I need to work on getting my passport ASAP. Because I'm not going to miss Australia. I'm just not going to. I think I would sell a limb to go. So, yeah, we have those couple trips coming up this next year. Just thinking about vacationing in the thick of snow and cold and depression. Um, Trying to keep some hope alive. And I know that the hope is going to just get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer as we get to January, because January is actually the worst month every single year. It is so awful. First of all, there's like no beautiful Christmas lights or Christmas spirit or like the thought of gifts. Like, not that gifts are even the whole point, but it is fun. I love buying gifts for other people more than I love receiving them. So just like having the excitement of them opening the gifts and like feeling cared for and things like that, like that excites me. So January is a big dark cloud of gloom and doom for me, and I'm just like so not excited for it. So I'm trying to keep my head above water with hope. Anyway, other updates. We hosted Thanksgiving. That's why there's still this table behind me, because we're not exactly like the most proactive with like getting stuff put away. Um, but yeah, Thanksgiving was great. It was a whole lot of fun. It was probably one of like the best times I've had with my family. My aunt got to make it, and she's been having some like really scary health problems for a long time now. And just every time you make it to a new holiday, and my aunt is there, it's such a blessing. And every single time I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness she will be here. So she was doing great, and it was just so fun for me to see all of my nieces and nephews running around and they were so obsessed with telling my boyfriend that he what did they say? Like, he poops himself, like, all this crazy stuff. They're, like, 9 and under, so, yeah, they were cracking up. They took pretty much every little I have, like, this, like, notes notepad magneted to my fridge that you, like, rip off the notes as you, like, check things off or whatever, and I just write, like, to-do lists or grocery lists on there. I think they took 19 of those and were just writing him notes. I have one on my fridge now that says that I'm so much cooler than him, and I told them, that they better be careful because I will be reading every single one of those notes at their weddings and graduations. But yeah, that was a really fun time. And honestly, it feels like Thanksgiving was like a year and a half ago because I've just been so busy, but also so lazy. I think like I have just every second that I'm not doing something, I am just completely brain rotting, which is not healthy. I'm like, I need to like get up and do things that are not, you know, like super demanding, but like maybe go to the gym or maybe keep up on my laundry or maybe, I don't know, like put things away like this table. But like I am just like in complete survival mode. And if it does not absolutely need done right now, like I am just not doing it. Oh, I think the last time we talked, I hadn't even watched the Dancing with the Stars finale yet, but yeah, Robert won. I don't know. I said I would be equally happy, but I think that I was really, really hoping Alex would win. I don't know. I think overall, Alex was the best when you put everything together and consider the talent in every single form of the dances throughout the weeks and creativity and getting into character. Like, I don't know, Alex was my winner, and it really freaking bums me out that everything I see online now is about if her and her boyfriend broke up. Like, I actually couldn't care less. Not to say that I like don't care about her feelings or whatever, but that's not at all. I think it's the complete opposite of like, this has nothing to do with me. And if two people are going through something, I'm never going to be the one to comment on her post and say something about a man. Like, none of her posts are about him, and every single post has been made about him. And I think that that's kind of worrisome because even if they were not broken up, even if they were broken up, it doesn't matter. I would hate to be doing that well in life and every single comment being about my partner. Like, I don't know, it just feels kind of odd. It feels like we're diminishing her accomplishments. I don't exactly know how to word this in the best way, but yeah, I'm never going to be invested in an influencer's relationship. And I would hope that when people see me, they see a lot more than the relationship I'm in. I mean, I don't want to go in on people too hard because I know that her life is out there for people to comment on and be invested in and things like that. But I just think that there's something to say about every single post being made about a guy who, first of all, she isn't married to, and second of all, the post has nothing to do with him. I think that we should be focusing on what she's posting about. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I just don't want any of my accomplishments to be diminished to if I'm in a relationship or not. There's got to be someone who can make a better take on this. I don't know exactly how to word it, but yeah, it just will never be me. I'm not really a big commenter anyway because a lot of the things on my For You page, like me and my friends will send each other, like accidentally send the same video. And I just don't need people to see my comments out in the wild, you know? I'd rather just like send what I'm thinking directly to my friends or something. I'm just weirdly more embarrassed by people I know seeing something that I post than people I don't know. Like, I'd rather all strangers view this podcast because I get to select, I guess, what you see and what you hear of me, and they have a much broader scope of who I am. So, I don't know, I feel like that's harder for some reason for me to like be around people I know versus people I don't, because I think I have to care more when it's people I know. If that makes any sense. Oh my gosh, I'm having the worst cramps right now and I'm trying to push through it. It's kind of like labor. It comes and goes every like 5 minutes. So, yeah, it feels like I'm having contractions. And I don't think that that's good, but we're gonna roll with it. It's not like I can do much. I did take some Tylenol. So we're just gonna see if that helps. I don't know. We're rocking with it. We're in the luteal phase on finals week. A day late, a dollar short recording this podcast, but here we are. And we're still kicking. Yeah. You know what day did feel like Christmas more so than I think Christmas is even going to feel like is Spotify Wrapped Day. Because I think that if there's one thing in this world that girls love over anything else, it is to be described. I love when people describe me. I love getting like statistics on my behavior, if that makes sense. I wish I could Google like what's actually my favorite color or Google what's actually my favorite movie or favorite book because I don't know. I feel like I can never think of something that's like overarching everything else and it's like such a clear answer. So I'm like, what is my favorite color? Because it depends on the day. I think like pink and blue and lavender. I couldn't tell you. It depends on what day you see me, on which answer I will give, but maybe that's just because humans are more dynamic than a direct answer. But like maybe you could like test somebody, like, suit up with a lie detector test and check my reaction to looking at purple, blue, or pink and see which one actually has the biggest response, and that's my favorite color. You know? Maybe there's something there. But, like, if I have to think of it, I don't know. That makes me think of on Thanksgiving, my boyfriend kept asking me for advice on how to cook the turkey. And I was like, babe, I have hardly ever cooked even mac and cheese successfully. I couldn't tell you when the pasta's done. I know when the pasta's not done, it's crunchy, but you're asking me about a turkey that takes like 4 hours to cook. I don't even really like turkey, so I'm not a reliable audience either. I couldn't tell you if I ate a good turkey, unless it was like super dry. I know that's a bad turkey. And this turkey actually turned out pretty good, but I said, you're basically shaking a magic 8 ball because I'm giving you whatever answer comes to mind. There's no logic behind anything I'm saying. So I think that kind of relates here. I feel like it is kind of like shaking a magic 8 ball, and I'm just like, whatever comes to mind, and don't quote me on it because I'm probably going to change my answer to the next guy. So yeah, anyway, getting back to Spotify Wrapped, my number one artist of the year is none other than Ariana Grande, of course. Yeah, Ariana Grande's deluxe album had me in a chokehold. Everything about Ariana Grande has me in a chokehold. I adore her, and I've loved her since Victorious Days, Sam and Cat, her very first album, everything. And I'm still a fan. And if you are an Ariana Grande hater, that's another thing. People who like take time out of their day to post negative opinions of celebrities, it's mind-boggling. I don't know. I don't think I care enough about any celebrity in the way that like if I dislike them, I don't think I'd care enough to take time out of my day to let people know that I really dislike them. It just feels a little bit counterproductive, but maybe that's just me. I just love Ariana Grande, and I don't care if you have a negative opinion of her. Sorry. My number one song actually was Cry Baby by SZA. I love this song. SZA is always either my like number one or number two artist. I adore SZA and everything that she does. I think her mind works in a different way than anybody else on the planet. And Crybaby, I think, is such a good way of saying, like, I think I might be the problem. And I relate to it a lot. It makes me feel a lot better. I think when you admit truths to yourself, you're taking a weight off your shoulders because that's the first step to changing something you dislike about yourself or how you reacted to a situation, your knee-jerk reactions to things. The way you change those is by like admitting these truths to yourself. So I think Crybaby is one of those that I can just be like, she gets it. Like I can be the problem. It's such a good song. My number two song was Couldn't Make It Any Harder by Sabrina Carpenter, which is also another one that's very self-aware and very like, oh, I'm the problem, where she's saying like, oh, I know you think that you want to do this with me, but I can make it very difficult to be with me. And it's also inspired by Hopelessly Devoted but it's kind of like a switch because instead of her being hopelessly devoted, someone's hopelessly devoted to her. But the vocals are just pretty. I like singing it. So, yeah, that's my number 2 song. And then number 3 is Hampstead by Ariana Grande, which I'm kind of surprised this wasn't my number 1. But again, I like singing along to Couldn't Make It Any Harder and Crybaby, along with the messages of them. So it kind of makes sense that I gravitated more towards those. Um, Number 4, this makes sense that it's my number 4 because especially when me and my boyfriend are in the car together, one of our like songs we'll play together to like get us hyped up is That's So True by Gracie Abrams. So that is my number 4 song. It's such a good song. It never gets old. And the fact that my boyfriend's a Gracie Abrams fan is honestly so fun. So yeah, we love jamming out to That's So True. And then number 5 is Past Life, which I think that I've mentioned as one of my songs of the week before. Past Life by Ariana Grande. So good. I am obsessed with it. Yeah, all of these make sense. I stand by all of my top 5. I also got a YouTube Wrapped, which is crazy. Like, everything has a Wrapped now. But, a lot of the times I do go to sleep to watching videos of history. Like, it'll be like Secrets of Ancient Egypt, or it'll literally say history to fall asleep to. So I just like watching ancient history because I feel like it is interesting. So if I'm awake and I'm listening to it, it's like cool. But it's also not too interesting that I'm like staying awake to listen to it. And it's just kind of comforting. They always talk in like a very like low monotone voice, and it all is really cool information. So yeah, ancient history was my number 1 top interest, but the number 1 thing I go to sleep to is Good Mythical Morning. I'm in their top 6% of viewers, which I feel like might not be too crazy, but Good Mythical Morning is my favorite, but they will keep me awake sometimes. That's the thing. My top channels: Good Mythical Morning, Ear Biscuits, which is Good Mythical Morning's podcast, which is sometimes easier to fall asleep to because there's no like super intriguing visual aspect. They're just like sitting podcasting. And then number 3, Ariana Grande, of course. Number 4 is Morgan's Vlogs, which is Morgan Adams. Love her. I love watching her videos and seeing her updates to her house and everything. I've watched her for years. And after the whole like Shane Dawson debacle, everything that happened in like 2020, I was a big fan of that group of people. But now I only watch Morgan and Garrett Watts. So yeah, that's just all I can support at the moment. I love them. And the number 5 is Sabrina Carpenter. So that's my YouTube Wrapped. And then I actually got a Wrapped for this podcast, and it says that I'm a top show for 4 fans. I know for a fact one of those is my dad and one of those is my boyfriend. Because they don't listen. I don't know if my dad listens to other podcasts, but oh, and my brother Zach. I know he watches most of these. So I don't know if he watches on Spotify though. But anyway, it's mostly family, which is fine. But it's still cool to be the number 1 show for 4 people. And I'm a 2025 talked about show and 2025 most shared show. So it says I've received more comments than 78% of other shows, which is hilarious because I have 1 comment on 1 episode. And it's my dad. So I guess 78% of other shows got 0 comments on any podcast. But I will take it. I'll take it. And then a 2025 most shared show, I've received more shares than 83% of other shows, which is I don't know who's sharing my stuff, so I think I'll take that one. I'll take it. And then my boyfriend's on his way home from work right now, so gosh, my packages for my boyfriend's Christmas were supposed to be here today. Oh, and you know what? We were supposed to be so good this year and not give each other our presents before Christmas Day and make it a tradition to open our gifts on Christmas morning and actually have that like feeling back of like having gifts to wake up to. Well, the first 2 gifts I got him, which were the most expensive individually, he's already opened them. One of them, he already knew what it was when I wrapped it and put it under the tree. So I was like, okay. And he was planning to go ice fishing. It was a JBL speaker, the JBL Charge 6. He has a JBL, but it's like one of the small ones. And he wanted like one of the bigger ones. It has a handle. It's really loud and really good. And he listens to that small JBL speaker like 4 or 5 times a week. So I know that he would get good use out of it. Plus, they're waterproof. So I was like, if you're going to go ice fishing soon, you already know what it is. So just go ahead and take it. And we've been jamming out on it. So it's kind of been worth it. But then the second thing, I got him an orbital sander, which is like a small DeWalt little hand sander for projects. And he checked our doorbell camera, and Amazon had delivered it in the package, which is fine. You know what? That's like less waste and everything. But it literally says on the outside and has a picture of an orbital sander. And he texted me and he goes, I thought it was your present being delivered. I'm sorry. I looked and it just so happened to be the one thing that was shipped in its original packaging. So that kind of stinks. But I was like, okay, just take it. So now I have like 2 more packages coming with like multiple things in them, and they are staying under that tree till Christmas. I thought that the Bachelorette would like come out decently soon, so I'd have like a live show to watch. It doesn't come out till like March. So I've been watching The Valley just to feel something, and it has Jax Taylor in it. So it's really not that great. It just kind of infuriates me. I love Kristen Doty though, and just this like sense of familiarity with VPR. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with TV. Oh, I completely watched all of Stranger Things, the first part of the 5th season, and I love it. I love the 5th season. I was kind of worried after all this time that it would come back and kind of be like just like too much for no reason, but no, it's really good. I think it makes a lot of sense, and hopefully the rest of it follows suit because I really loved it. My boyfriend is watching season 4 because he never watched that, so we're getting caught up. I just like having Stranger Things on anyway. I could rewatch it a million times, and I have rewatched it a million times, so it's fine with me that he's watching it for the first time, and I kind of get a recap on everything. Okay, I think I don't have really much else to talk about today. I think my brain is so in my finals, and I have to record that video and record a podcast episode for my class, my podcasting class final. So yeah, I think the last thing I'll talk about, we went to this Christmas party on Saturday with my boyfriend's friends and their girlfriends and just like this whole group of people, and it was so much fun. We had a white elephant, and I took the Lego flowers, like everyone loves the like flower version of the Legos, and then my boyfriend took like a really nice Nerf gun because the gift max was like $20. So we just had to get creative, and we're like, well, I think people would love a fun gift, you know? So, yeah, the first gift that I opened, like when it was my turn, my boyfriend picked number 2 and I picked number 3. So we were kind of in the worst positions because at least number 1 has a chance to steal at the very end. But 2 and 3, you can basically steal from number 1. And I was gonna steal from my boyfriend because, you know, whatever he gets is also mine. So I just didn't have much options. And the gift that I picked, someone put together like chocolate syrup, an ice pack, playing cards, cat treats. I think that's it. And I was just kind of like, I'd rather take home my Legos that I just bought, to be honest. And I was kind of sour about it, but then someone stole it because they wanted the cat treats. Because my cat, she does not eat treats. We have tried the liquid ones, like squeeze tubes. We've tried like every single type of like treat. She will not eat from our hands at all. And I'll like put them in her bowl and she might, but she's just like not super like treat motivated, especially when I'm handing it to her. So, do you want over here? Yeah, she's just a weirdo. So, and she looks so cute right there. So I'm glad someone stole it. And then the next thing that I picked was an 80-ounce candle, which I honestly love it. It smells like Christmas, and I was super happy with it. And I was like, you know what? If I got anything, a huge candle is the best I think I could have hoped for, and the best out of all of the gifts there anyway. So I was super happy with that. Yeah, it was super fun. We just had a really good time. Yeah, I'm gonna go finish my homework, hopefully, get some stuff done, maybe take a really nice shower, and I will see you hopefully a little bit recharged sometime next week. We're just gonna say sometime. I'm not sure. But thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. And if you're in school, good luck and finish strong. And if you're not, let me know how your Christmas plans are going. I guess I always love to hear what people are buying for other people and everything like that. So, yeah, have a good day and bye.